Okay. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the campus of Nashville Christian School for the first broadcast of the baseball game of a baseball game in the 2024 spring season. This is Jeff Brothers, Coach Jeff Brothers, in the booth, bringing you the action, play-by-play, color, rules, interpretations, best offers at the concession stand, all the pertinent information. Playing Ezell Harding today. Today is senior night. Probably should spit my gum out. It's not very nice for y'all to hear me chewing my gum. The Eagles host Ezell Harding, also the Eagles in a district game. Ryan DeMumbrian on the mound for Nashville Christian School. And JT Robbins, his battery mate, behind the plate. At short, the lineup for Nashville Christian, the home lineup, will be leading off Javin Drulo in center field, number 22. Batting second, Jackson Maduri, back from recovery after an automobile accident. Not his fault, but he was involved. Had to be a little patient while his shoulder recovered a little bit. He's batting second, playing shortstop, wearing jersey number 7. JT Robbins, as I mentioned, is the catcher. Batting third, Hudson Goulner, cleanup batter, the DH for Nashville Christian. Grayson Wells, Brock Haywood, Ryan DeMumbrian, and Clay Klotz, Logan Shoemaker round out. And Colin Sawyer round out the Eagles lineup. First pitch from Ryan DeMumbrian, swing and a miss. That's number 4 for Ezell Harding, KJ Hillhouse. Offering at the first pitch from Ryan DeMumbrian. A fastball for a swing and strike. Second pitch, another fastball low. Count even at 1-1. I apologize for not having the records for the teams. Did not have time to gather that information today. Another low pitch. Like maybe a cutter that time from Ryan. Something off speed, a little low. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Hillhouse. Ball is pulled into the 5-6 hole over there and gets into left field. It's gathered in by Logan Shoemaker. So a leadoff single for Hillhouse in the visiting half of the first inning. Now up for Ezell Harding, Owen Beloit, wearing jersey number 7. Playing third base. Pickoff move from Ryan back to first. Back in time is Hillhouse. Ryan takes a stretch, another pickoff move. That ball gets away from Colin, but the runner stays. Fence is a little close over there behind first base, so good hustle by Colin that time to get to it before the runner could realize what was going on and advance to second base. Still no pitch count here to the second batter, Owen Beloit. A little bit of a pitch out there. JT throws the ball, it's high into center field, so throwing error that time on JT in an attempt to throw out the stealing KJ Hillhouse. So now we're going to have a runner on second, no outs. Top of the first inning. Ezell Harding at bat. Ryan delivers. A little high, ball 2. Again, a little up and out of the strike zone. 3 straight balls now from DeMumbrian. It's an overcast day today. A little cool, actually, from what we were expecting. I had a almost record high yesterday of, I think it was 87 degrees. Today, quite a bit cooler and overcast, kind of drizzly all day. Beloit squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. 3-1 the count. Ryan stretches, delivers, swing and a miss for strike 2. Runner on second, no outs for the visiting Ezell Harding Eagles. Fouled off. Ryan staying on the outside part of the plate against Beloit right here. Don't know if that's something we scouted. Can't quite get the barrel around to the outside pitch. Ball 4. So runners on first and second. No outs. And a little bit of a jam right here early in the game is Ryan DeMumbrian. He stretches, delivers. That bunt is going to be fouled on the third base line. It's number 11, Jason White, up in the 3-hole for Ezell Harding. No balls, 1 strike, nobody out in the top half of the opening inning on senior night here at Nashville Christian. DeMumbrian stretches, delivers again. That bunt going to stay in fair territory and misplayed. A little bit of miscommunication on who had the third base side on the bunt right there. Clay Klott's a little slow reacting. Ryan looked a little unsure. So now, in a real jam, bases loaded, top of the first. And the cleanup hitter, Will Frazier, number 15, who will be playing left field for Ezell Harding at the plate. First pitch down the middle, strike 1. 0-1 the count. Bases loaded. Nobody out top of the first. There's a swing and a miss. Ball up in the zone. Frazier couldn't quite catch up to it there. 0-2. Got some room to work right here now. That ball down and away. Good spot right there. See if we could get him to chase, and he did not. Trip Waller calling the pitches for Nashville Christian, a graduate, I believe in 2023, 22. That ball popped up high in the infield. Should be an infield fly rule. Batter is certainly out. Colin Sawyer elects it for out number 1 in the top of the inning. And now the 5-spot hitter for Ezell Harding. This is Will. That bunt is down. Clay Klotz feels it, throws the first for the second out of the inning. Smart play right there. That was Jerwin Farmer. Put that bunt down, scores the run. So an RBI sacrifice bunt for Farmer. 2 outs in the top of the inning now with number 25, Jagger Springfield. Probably the best name in the lineup. Jagger Springfield, the last name of 2 famous rock and roll stars. Jagger Springfield. I don't think that was an accident. First pitch, strike 1. Be good to get out of this inning with only giving up the 1 run. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Hey, that was a good frame right there by JT. That ball on the black at best on that fastball away, and JT framed it right back into the center of the plate, and the umpire liked what he saw. Strike 2. Third pitch, strikeout. First strikeout for Ryan DeMumbrian. And that ends the top of the first inning with a score 1 for Ezell Harding, and the homestanding Eagles of Nashville Christian are yet to come up to bat. It's going to be Drulo, Maduri, and Robbins up in the top of the first here on senior night at Nashville Christian School. Back in 1 minute. Welcome back to the campus of Nashville Christian for the home half of the first inning. Ezell Harding plates one run off of Ryan DeMumbrian. Ryan walked the first batter, gave up a single to left field to advance the runner. Another walk, and then a couple of bunts later, there's an out and a run scored, and then a strikeout to end the inning. Excuse me, it was a fly ball to the first baseman for the second out, I believe. At any rate, the Eagles trail 1-0, and Javin Drulo comes to the plate for his first appearance on the mound. Jagger Springfield for Ezell Harding. First pitch delivered is high inside. Javin takes it for ball one. Swing, fouled off the handle. Pitch was a little inside. Javin tried to clear his hands through the zone right there and just couldn't quite do it, so he fouls it off and evens the count at 1-1. Springfield on the mound and Abraham Wilson behind the plate for Ezell Harding. Javin swings, pulls it down the third base line. That ball is fielded and thrown across the infield, but Javin runs through it and beats the throw. The throw gets by the first baseman, and now Javin's going to hustle over to second base. So a single and advanced on the throwing error. Good piece of hitting right there by Javin and good hustle down the first baseline. He pulled that right down the stripe of the third baseline. Javin has the speed to run that out, and with a poor throw, also the speed to stretch it to second base. So we're going to give him a hit because he outran the throw either way. So a hit leads off the bottom of the inning for the Eagles, and now Jackson Maduri, number 7, the shortstop in the batter's box, swinging a miss on another pitch high and inside. That one was right in the eyes, so it's hard to lay off of that, and Jackson did not. So he'll step back in now down 0-1. Javin Drulo on second base takes his lead. Pitch outside, ball one. Evens the count, 1-1. It's good to have Jackson back in the lineup, out for a considerable amount of time after a car accident. Not sure if he's shaking the rust off of the swing yet, but we'll find out here soon enough. That pitch is low for ball two. Springfield takes a stretch and delivers. Swing, fouled off. Evens the count at 2-2. No outs. Runner on second for the Nashville Christian Eagles. Down 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Be good to get this tied back up, if not the lead. Curveball fouled off. Count remains 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, and the delivery from Springfield is a fastball for strike three. That one must have caught the inside edge there. and a called strike 3. So Maduri strikes out looking in the the bottom of the first. Now stepping into the box, J.T. Robbins, the catcher today for the Eagles, just recently awarded a opportunity to continue playing football in college at Center College up in Danville, Kentucky. Going to be a colonel for the next couple of 4 years. Excited for JT. I know he's excited to get up there and get going, but not until after senior night of baseball here as he steps into the box with his team down 1-0, a swing and fouls off the first offering to fall behind 0-1. JT batting in the 3-hole right here with a runner on second, looking to get something into the outfield grass to plate Drulo. There's a swing, and there it is into the outfield. See if it dives away from the right fielder, and it does. That ball gets down. Javin had to hesitate because the ball may have been caught. And as he rounds third base, Coach Mark Rayburn holds him up. So we got runners on the corners. A good hit, good piece of hitting by JT right there to advance the runner to third. And now stepping in, Hudson Goulner in the fourth spot. Hudson does a good job of getting the ball in play, looking to put something again into the outfield. JT with good speed on first base over there. Might look for some sort of steal situation so that we can avoid the double play. Should Hudson hit the ball in the infield, I think with an infield hit, depending on how fast he hits it, Javin's probably going to try to be able to score anyway. So we'll see. 1 out, runners on the corners, down by 1. There goes JT. And the ball is hit weakly to shortstop, and that's the only reason that was dangerous is swung at the pitch on a steal and hit into the double play, the unconventional double play, the line out to the shortstop and picking JT back off of first base. So that's a line out to 6 for Hudson Goulner for the second out. And then JT picked off of first base for the third out. So unusual, but the double play nonetheless. And that's going to end the inning. Nashville Christian leaves 2 runners on the corners. And Ezell Harding still in the lead 1-0 after 1. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're back, top of the second inning now. Brian DeMumrian remains on the hill for the Nashville Christian Eagles. Will face Elijah Donnell. Donnell playing shortstop for Ezell Harding, registered that last double play, catching the line drive from Hudson Goulner and throwing back to first base to get JT on a pickoff who had had attempted to steal second base. That ball grounded to Clay Klotz. Nice field, nice throw. He was playing in on the grass just a little, had his toes on the grass a little bit, it looked like. Good job playing the hop. And fired it over to Colin for the out. So good start to the second inning. Much better than the start of the first inning. So that's going to be a 5-3 out for Donald, now Braden McGuire into the box for Ezell Harding. Squares to bunt, tries to do so, pulls it down the line. Clay Klotz ready for that. Comes in and throws on the run. Great play by Clay, the freshman, playing the hot corner down there and doing a great job. Another 5-3 put out here in the top of the second. Good start right there. Good job, Ryan, throwing strikes early in the at bat, inducing first the ground ball to Clay and then the attempted bunt that Clay plays as well. He's playing both feet in on the grass again. For the 9-hitter, Abraham Wilson from Ezell Harding. Ryan shakes off the first sign. Fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count to Wilson in the bottom of the top of the second inning, with Ezell Harding leading 1-0. JT sets up outside. That ball was inside and fouled off, and then hits the umpire in the mask. Looks like it broke off the chin guard or the throat guard on his mask. So we're going to take a little bit of a break here with a mound visit, give the umpire time to recover. That foul ball makes it 0-2 to Wilson. I think we're trying to figure out how to get this throat protector back onto the mask for the gentleman behind the plate. Take this time to tell you the coaches for Nashville Christian. Head coach Mark Rayburn, assisted by Bryce Collier and Trip Waller. Bryce and Trip, both alumni, baseball alumni here at Nashville Christian, back on staff, which is fun to see. That pitch inside and high, and chasing it was Wilson for the strikeout. That's Ryan's second strikeout of the game. So that's good to see. And that ends the top of the second for Ezell Harding. A 1-2-3 inning for Ryan. So that's a good way to get in a good rhythm right here. And hopefully the Eagles' bats come alive here in the bottom of the second. We're going to have Grayson Wells, Brock Haywood, and Ryan DeMumbrian up for Nashville Christian as we come back here in just a minute. All right, I'm going to get one more warm-up pitch from, again, my favorite name in the entire game today, Jagger Springfield. A little jealous of that name, actually. So last warm-up pitch gets thrown down to second base, and we're going to have Grayson Wells stepping in. Grayson's played in 16. I've got some stats now for you, so we're rolling. Grayson's played in 16 games this year. Comes into today's game hitting .361. So doing a good job getting the bat on the ball is Grayson, sophomore, I believe. And got an on-base percentage of .477, so doing a good job getting on base almost every other appearance. First pitch delivery, fastball swung and fouled off onto the softball field. Grayson playing second base today. That's a ball to even the count at 1-1 to Grayson. Grayson's got an OPS of .838. 13 singles for Grayson on the year. That ball's pulled foul down the third base line, and it's going to move the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the second inning, the Eagles again trailing by 1 to Ezell Harding on senior night. Got a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Senior night baseball. Got the prom tomorrow night down at Opryland. I know a lot of people are excited about that. The pitch is fouled over the top of us up here in the booth. Got a really nice press box area here at Nashville Christian with a fully enclosed booth upstairs and then a sort of a VIP lounge down below on ground level. Some folks to enjoy the game down there and the picturesque setting down here at Nashville Christian School down in the valley. Springfield offers. Grayson slaps that into right center to see if it'll get down. No, it's drifting into the right field. That ball fading off the right-handed batter, Grayson Wells, to the right fielder. It's going to be the first out of the bottom of the second for Nashville Christian. So going to be an F9 for Grayson for the first out. And stepping in, Brock Haywood. Brock comes into the game today. Batting .220, so just above the Mendoza line. Familiar with baseball terminology, and that first pitch is strike 1 to Haywood. Brock playing right field today. A junior. Also plays football here at Nashville Christian. Takes ball 1, and the count is even. Fouled off again over the top of us here in the press box. I want to thank Mr. Atkins and the guys for putting the production together today. Spending their Friday afternoon here with us. Evening, I guess it is now. 1-2, pitch to Haywood. A little bit of a slider, it looked like, and got away from the catcher for 2 balls now and 2 strikes. A little off-speed spinner. It was down and out of the zone. 2-2, the delivery to Haywood. Nobody on. 1 out. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It's going to be the second out of the inning for Nashville Christian. And Ryan DeMumbrian, pitcher today, senior on senior night. Ryan also going to go play college football at Kentucky Wesleyan this fall. That pitch taken for a strike, a little bit off the plate. Probably a good thing he didn't offer at that one, but it was called strike 1. 2 outs in the bottom of the second now for Ryan. The bases are clear. Swing and fouled off onto the softball field. Softball team's doing really well this year. A tough loss last night, but overall are having an outstanding season and excited about the tournament that's coming up next week, I believe, for both baseball and softball. That pitch is down and away. Look like another cut fastball, maybe a slider off the plate. Ryan takes it smartly. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball hit to the shortstop. Fielded cleanly by Elijah Donnell and thrown over to first base for the 3rd out. So that's going to be a 6-3 put out to end the second inning. Nashville Christian still trails. Ezell Harding 1-0 here on senior night. Going to take a break and be right back with the 3rd stanza. Back with you again in the top of the third now. Nashville Christian trailing 1-0 to Ezell Harding as Ryan DeMumrian remains on the hill for Nashville Christian. And we're back to the top of the lineup for Ezell Harding. This will be KJ Hillhouse coming to the plate, who walked and eventually scored the only run of the game back in the top of the first. Hillhouse, the first baseman for Ezell Harding. Curveball for strike one. Good pitch right there by Ryan. Ryan always going from the stretch, despite the fact that the bases are clean. A lot of pitchers do that these days. They're just more comfortable doing one thing all the time than changing up from going to a windup to a stretch style pitch. Another curveball. So he fanned at the first one, so why not give him another one and see what happens? And he fanned at that one as well. So 2 strikes, 2 good pitches by Ryan to lead off the third. He had a really good top of the second inning, went a 1-2-3 inning, including a strikeout. Now the fastball away. That's a good pitch in a good spot. A little bit off the plate. Thought Hillhouse might offer at that one, being down 0-2, but he took the third pitch for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Hillhouse. That's strike 3. That one got the corner right there. Really good AB for Ryan DeMumbrian. 2 curveballs to start him off with 2 swings and misses, and then a fastball just off the plate, and then a fastball catching the corner to record the first out of inning number 3 on a backwards K. Owen Beloit now stepping in. Owen last time got a single to left. Ryan stays away and gets a called strike. Really finding his rhythm right now, DeMumbrian. Staying right around the plate, controlling those breaking pitches. Beloit now, that one's a little wide. But still even in the count at 1-1. Doing a good job the last couple of innings of getting ahead early in the pitch count or the at-bat. Starting with some good strikes or staying around the zone and getting some swings and misses. This is a 1-1 pitch just off the plate and does get that swing and a miss right there from Beloit. So that's the spot. Got him to chase a fastball about 3 inches off the plate to the outside away from the left-handed batter, Beloit. There's another one, same spot. Chased it again. Good job by Ryan. That time a swing and a miss for out number 2. Good to see Ryan finding his rhythm here in the last couple of innings. A little bit of a shaky start with a couple of walks and giving up a single in the first, ultimately a run scored. But the second inning much better in a 1-2-3 start, 1-2-3. And then now in the third inning, first couple of batters retired on strikeouts, and now batter number 3 in the third inning is the 3-hole hitter, number 11, Jason White, who reached on a walk in the last inning, ultimately wound up on third base, being left on base. That pitch fouled over to the softball diamond. Ryan well ahead right now, 0-2, so throwing a lot of strikes here in the last couple of innings. That's good to see. Ryan again in the stretch, always, and there's that curveball, the same one that got Hillhouse to swing and miss, got Jason White to swing and miss. That was a really good inning by Ryan, the senior. 3 strikeouts, 3 men up, 3 men down. Only about 10 or 11 pitches, if I counted right, maybe less. So really good. So Nashville Christian continues to trail 1-0 to Ezell Harding. Up to the plate for Nashville Christian here in the bottom of the third is going to be Clay Klotz, the freshman third baseman, Logan Shoemaker, senior left fielder, and then back to the top of the lineup with Javin Drulo. Clay, as I mentioned, a freshman, his first year here at Nashville Christian School. Played football this past fall. Did a lot of good things on the football field, even as a freshman. Wrestled for the first time in his life in the winter season and made it to the, I believe, to the state tournament, if I remember correctly, as a freshman. Acted in the spring musical, plays guitar in the rock band, who will have a concert here coming up think next weekend, maybe the 4th, May the 4th, be with you. The Rock Band will be with you. And now starting at third base and leading off the third inning in the 8th spot, going to be freshman Clay Klotz batting from the right side of the plate. So great year for him right now and a bright future ahead for this young man. Clay comes into the game batting .286 as a freshman. And faces Jagger Springfield here in the bottom of the third. First pitch. Two-seamer up and in, and Clay swings and misses. That ball looks too good to the eyes, but nowhere near the spot where you can hit it, and he swung and missed. Second pitch, same spot, same result. Strike two. Now we got to protect it. 0-2 pitch to Clay Klotz from Jagger Springfield. Tried to spin that one. That was also up in the eyes, and Clay banged it off of the handle, and it was mishandled by the first baseman. So Clay reaches on an error. We'll take it. That'd be an E3 for Clay. And we got a runner on. Here in the bottom of the third for Logan Shoemaker, batting in the 9th spot. Logan, a senior, playing left field. Has struggled a little bit at the plate this year. Was not here playing last year, and so, again, spending most of the season knocking the rust off. Batting in the 9th spot. The catcher bounces it back to Springfield, and Clay thought about it, but then thought better of it and returned to first base. So we got a runner on, nobody out, down 1-0 here in the third. And the 9-hitter Logan Shoemaker at the plate. First pitch was a ball. So that was an attempted bunt from Shoemaker. That ball came at really the top of his helmet. He did offer at it. I think it's going to be a strike. He did not draw the bat back. The ball hit him in the top of the helmet. But sort of just as an instinctive reaction, he tried to put the bat on it, didn't pull back, so it's going to count as strike two. If it had just pulled the bat back a little bit or dropped it, that ball hit him in the head. Fortunately, just glanced off the top of his helmet, but it is going to count as a strike and be 1-1. So an interesting development there. The second pitch of the at-bat. Klotz takes his lead off of first. Springfield checks him and then steps into a stretch. Second pitch, a little bit of that cut fastball that looks like again, and Logan fouled it off. So now we're down 1-2 with nobody out. Not really a curveball, not quite a slider to me. It looks like just a little bit of a cut fastball that Springfield throws, and that one spinning out of the zone and just off the barrel of Shoemaker, who calls time and then steps back in now. Down in the count 1-2, and the Eagles trail. Ezell Harding 1-0. Klotz on first base. That one also off the handle. Almost, again, just the reaction of protecting himself. That ball could have maybe dipped his shoulder in there and taken that one off the tricep or the back. And instead swung at it again just out of instinct, trying to swat it away, and fouled it off. Logan with 1 RBI on the season. There's a bit of a curveball. Logan hits it to shortstop. It's kind of a tailor-made double play if they can get it turned, and they do. So, unfortunately, hit it in the perfect spot for Ezell Harding to be able to get the 6-4-3 double play. Which is going to bring us back to the top of the lineup to Javin Drulo, who reached on a hit. In the top of the first, and looks to keep the streak going here in this game. Takes first pitch, ball 1. Did reach on a single, made it ultimately to third base in the first inning, but we were unable to get him home. Pitch number 2 is a fastball for strike 1. Now the count 1-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Nashville Christian trailing 1-0 to Ezell Harding. Javin hitting .216 on the season. Again, just above the Mendoza line, named for, I think his name was Mario Mendoza. Played for the Pirates back in the 70s, maybe into the 80s. Had a career batting average just over 200. Spent much of the career under the 200 line. So there you go. It's referred to as the Mendoza line. He lives in infamy. 200 considered sort of the at least number you'll have as a batter. Now, of course, that's in the major leagues. Javin swings and misses for strike 3, and that's going to end the inning for Nashville Christian. On the swing and a miss from Javin. So 1 for 2 today, Javin Drulo. Registers a third out in the bottom of the third, and so we're going to begin the fourth inning. Ryan DeMumry coming back out, and he's done a great job pitching today. The second inning and third inning, both 1, 2, 3 innings after a little bit of a shaky start. And if he can continue pitching well, see if we can't wake the bats up a little bit and give him some support. But looks comfortable out there, looks strong. Coach Trip Waller doing a good job calling pitches, keeping the Ezell Harding hitters off balance. Again, it's Clay Klotz at third, Jackson Maduri at short, Grayson Wells playing second base, Colin Sawyer playing first. We've got Logan Shoemaker in left field, Javin Drulo in center field, Brock Haywood in right. Logan, JT, and Ryan, all three of our seniors here on senior night, will be recognized after the game along with their parents and thanked for the service they've given not just to Nashville Christian baseball, but to Nashville Christian School all told. And then they'll all enjoy senior prom tomorrow night down at Opryland. Coming up for Ezell Harding, number 15, Will Frazier, who flew out to the first baseman with bases loaded back in the first inning. So now here in the top of the fourth, we'll come back and give it another shot. Ryan's first pitch, strike, has a fastball right down the heart of the zone, taken by White. So once again, getting ahead of the count. Good job by Ryan. Second pitch had a little cut on it, it looked like, and was fouled off by White down the, kind of hit the face of the home dugout. Caromed into the field, and Landon Belfour hustling out there to retrieve it. A lot of multi-sport athletes here at Nashville Christian. A lot of these guys do more than just play baseball. Many play even 3 sports. Fastball in the dirt. Good job by JT blocking it up, but it is going to be low for ball 2. So 1-2 the count to White from Ryan DeMumry in here in the top of the fourth inning on a cloudy, kind of brisk day here at Nashville Christian. The rain last night kind of dampened things. Ryan throws a curveball there. Is out of the zone. It's going to be count even at 2-2. Fastball high in the zone, and that time got the barrel to it. Javin tracking it down. Great job by Javin Drulo in center field. Javin's got a long stride, good hands, plays receiver for the football team. Roams around out there in the wide expanse of center field and tracks that one down for the first out of the fourth inning. Will Frazier flat out twice now in the game. Once to the first baseman and once to center field. Jerwin Farmer, second baseman, number 8, did a good job turning that double play there in the bottom of the third. Is now swung and missed on strike number 1 from Ryan. Fastball got him. Fastball again, same spot, swing, and that time he got a little piece of it to foul it off into the net. And we're going to be ahead 0-2 right here against Farmer. That one down in the dirt. JT blocked it up well again. Sometimes you'll see a breaking pitch in the dirt like that down ahead 0-2. See if the batter will chase, but that fastball in the dirt, no chance on that one. So 1-2 the count now to Farmer. One out here in the inning, base is still empty. There's a fastball up and away, just out of the zone for ball 2. Now that's a good one to see if he'll chase. Hard to catch up to that one up and away, and Farmer did a good job of just watching it go by. So 2-2 the even count. One out here in the top of the 4th. That's fastball up, and that's the same spot he just threw that last one, and that time Farmer did offer and miss. That's 6 strikeouts for Ryan right here so far in this game in just the top of the 4th. So again, doing a great job challenging the hitters, locating the fastball. He's thrown a couple of good breaking pitches that have been swung and missed, and this is the pitcher, Jagger Springfield, who also struck out in the first inning to end the first inning, as a matter of fact. That pitch up just a bit for ball 1. Ball 2. Inside, I think I heard the umpire say. Got the other headset facing out. I hope you guys can hear some of the noises of the game today. That pitch delivered is going to be outside, just aiming that one just a little much instead of reaching back and throwing. So that's going to take the count to 3-0. See if we can find the zone right here to force the hand of Jagger Springfield. No, that's going to be outside for ball number 4. So we're going to walk Jagger on 4 pitches. That's unfortunate. But Ryan's been throwing really well today, and that one just kind of got away from him. So runner on first now, Springfield. There's going to be a pinch runner, as Springfield is the pitcher. Number 9, Elijah Donald, going to come up for Ezell Harding, who back in the second inning, I think, if I remember right, it was a 5-3 put out. I think it was the bunt. No, this was the sort of swinging bunt that went into the infield, and Clay came and fielded it and threw him out, I believe. So either way, there's 2 outs, runner on first. So Ryan's going to check the runner and deliver to Elijah McDonald. That ball's in the dirt, and JT does a good job of blocking that up to prevent the runner from advancing. So got to find the zone here. It's been 5 straight pitches for balls from Ryan DeMumbrian, the senior. Not sure where that one was, but called ball. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th. The Eagles are down by 1. Runner on first is Noah Wilson, pinch running for the pitcher. That ball skied into the air. Jackson Maduri calls off Clay Klotz and plays the ball well as it drifts back toward the shortstop area. And that's going to be out number 3. So we got out of that with Ezell leaving 1 runner on base. And after 2 straight 3-and-out innings, that one is a 4-and-out for Ryan DeMumbrian, whose pitch count has remained really nice and low. Yet the Eagles trail 1-0 to Ezell Harding here on a brisk April day. Friday evening here at Nashville Christian School. I think this is the only event happening on campus today. The soccer team last night beat Ezell Harding. I believe it was 6-2, if I remember. Oh, 6-0. I don't know. I think we scored 5 or 6. I'm pretty well aware of that. And I'm not sure if Ezell, I think they scored 1. I'm not entirely sure. I was spending time between softball and soccer. It was senior night for soccer. So we honored those guys at halftime of that game. I know it was 2-0, I believe, at halftime when we honored them, and I think they scored a couple more. Softball dropped a close one last night to Davidson Academy. And baseball here tonight. Softball is going to have their senior night on Monday. I think we're going to try to broadcast that one if we can figure that out as well. Might be a little difficult given the facilities don't have the Wi-Fi that the baseball does yet. I mean, we're not going to get it, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to bring that to you or not. We're going to start the bottom of the fourth, though, with the Eagles trailing 1-0, and Jackson Maduri batting in the 2-hole, struck out looking in the top of the first, and going to look to get back on track right here. Hitting 294 on the season, but again, has missed a lot of time. And just getting back, I believe, not quite, maybe this week was the first week back. Swing and a miss on the fastball for strike number one. Probably just a little anxious, hadn't been in the box, hadn't been able to see a lot of live pitching. And really just anxious to get the barrel on one. But down 0-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Wind up and pitch from Springfield. Swing and a miss again from Jackson. Just a little anxious, kind of ahead of both, kind of trying to jump on it. Now just needs to be a protector of the zone now and just throwing the hands at it. That pitch is away, and good job, Jackson, taking that for ball one. We wind up in the pitch from Springfield, just off the plate, and a good job by Jackson holding off on that one again for the 2-2 count to even it up. Like to see him get some solid contact right here. Got good speed. Ezell playing him straight away. There's a good rip down the third base line. That's a good ball. It's going to get all the way to the corner. Jackson's going to round first base and head for second. That ball mishandled by the left fielder. We may be trying for third, and no, he holds up. Good job. Good piece of hitting by Jackson Maduri as he drives one down, right down the third baseline, all the way to the corner for the stand-up double to lead off here in the bottom of the fourth. So a runner on second is Maduri. JT stepping into the box, singled in the last inning. Looks to do that again. If he can get another one in the dirt, in the grass beyond the dirt, then it looks like Jackson with that speed will score pretty easily from second base. That pitch is up and away for ball one. JT wants to be patient right here and not get anxious, but a good opportunity to tie the game with some solid contact in the ball beyond the infield. Second baseman Farmer holding Jackson on. There's a big hole right there on the right side. That pitch is away outside in the dirt for ball two. If he stays away and JT can put the bat on it, drive it into right field, we got us a chance for Jackson to score. Trailing 1-0, no outs, runner on second base here in the bottom of the fourth. Springfield strides and delivers to JT Robbins, who swings and fouls the ball off. Still ahead in the count, 2-1. Be good to get at least advance the runner with no outs. JT hitting 479 on the season. Does have one home run. Oh, almost caught him. That was a spinner that got away from Springfield and stayed up and in. Now we got the hitters count at 3-1. JT have a good thought right here. Be looking for something specific and then swing hard at it. There it is. Fouled off. So 3-2, still ahead. Can still be picky. Make the pitcher come to you with no outs. There's a base to give over there at first, so a walk wouldn't be crushing to Ezell Harding because it would set up a double play opportunity, but we'd like to see JT get some good contact right here and get the dugout to come alive. Oh, that one hit him. We're going to call it a foul ball. I think it went off the knob. Really, that would be, unless it went off the knob and then went down his forearm. Maybe caught him in the knuckles. And the hand is part of the bat, so that's why it's not a hit by pitch. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now we're kind of trying to, I think we're lobbying to maybe get base on balls, but if it did in fact hit him in the knuckles, that's part of the bat. Confirming a foul ball. We're still 3-2. Still the runner on second. Still no outs. Still down 1-0. Nashville Christian here in the home half of the 4th inning. Be nice to get a little rally going right here about halfway through the contest. There's the hit back to the shortstop, who fields it cleanly, throws to first. Oh, he came off the bag, so JT is safe. Came off the bag. Good hustle by JT. Good job avoiding the first baseman. I don't know if he tried to tag him, but he certainly just tried to field the ball and came off the bag up the line. We're going to appeal it to the home plate umpire. There's no way he could see that. So we're going to have runners on first and third. After we're going to call that an E6, JT. Sorry, buddy, but if the throw would have been on, that would have been an out. But it does advance Jackson Madrid to third base, so a good piece of hitting in that regard for sure. And now we got runners on the corners. Yeah, the umpires confirmed that save. There's no way the home plate umpire could have had the angle to see if that foot came off the bag or not. The way that the first baseman came straight up the line to field the ball. A little bit of an error throw. Good play by the shortstop. That would be Elijah Donnell, number 9. For Ezell Harding. We got runners on the corners. We got the 4-hole, the cleanup hitter, Hudson Gouldner, stepping into the box. This is a great opportunity for Nashville Christian. Hudson batting .262. Does have 14 RBI on the season. JT on first. Jackson Maduri on third. Nobody out. JT going again. If you remember, there we go now. JT with a stolen base. If you remember, we had the same situation back in the top of the first, and Hudson swung at the pitch while JT was stealing and hit into an unfortunate double play. That time, Hudson also was aware of the steal. Did not offer, so JT was able to get to second base. So almost an exact repeat performance of what we had in the first inning, only it was Javin Drulo on third instead of Jackson Maduri. But either way, we got second and third, no outs, 1 ball, no strikes to the 4-spot hitter, Hudson Gouldner, who can drive the ball well. I'd like to see him catch one right here and pull it into right field. Pitches right down the middle for strike 1. It's all right. Make him throw you a strike. Still even in the count, 1-1. Springfield working into the bottom of the 4th. If the scoreboard is correct, it's his 43rd pitch. Hudson that time slaps it foul up on the hill towards Sawyer Brown Road. And now behind 1-2. Grayson Wells standing in the on deck circle. That ball in the dirt. Does not get away from the catcher enough for Jackson to tempt the plate. So it's going to be evened up at 2-2 for Hudson Gouldner. Again, a .262 hitter on the season. Hudson also has a home run, 14 RBI this spring. That pitch inside hit him in the top of the foot. Jackson's going to have to go back. But good to see Hudson okay. That one just kind of skipped right off his shoe. Bounced all the way up here to the press booth. But an HBP moves him to first. And now we have the bases loaded for Grayson Wells. Grayson batting .361. Like to see him continue that solid hitting performance on the season into this situation with the bases loaded, no outs, and we're trailing 1-0. Grayson steps in confidently, takes his practice swings. Pitch from Springfield is high for ball 1. Grayson got a lot of playing time last year as a freshman. We're a young team in general last year. Grayson's grown physically, got the experience level, has worked hard on his craft. That fouls that one off onto the same hill that Hudson did, and now he's evened up at 1-1. Love to get something going here, get a little rally started with no outs and the bases juiced for Grayson Wells. Springfield delivers. That one skipped. Jackson's going to try to score from third and did not. And they threw his helmet. Bit of a collision there at the plate. Nothing intentional. The pitcher did have to make a move to catch the ball and then tag Jackson out. That ball just bounced back to the catcher a little bit too easily off the backstop. Jackson tried to push. Had to be a good throw, and it was. Had to be caught and applied cleanly, which it was. And Jackson called out there at the plate. So that was the first out of the inning. On a 2-1 put out or a 2-1 tag out after the pass ball. Now, I think the discussion now is Jackson threw his helmet after the play. I'm not sure if that registers a consequence or a response or not. But at any rate, there's one out now in the inning. Grayson ahead 2-1. Now we got runners on second and third. Bottom of the fourth, one out, runners on second and third. It's Hudson Goldner on second base, JT Robbins on third, Grayson Wells stepping back into the box, ahead in the count 2-1. Jagger Springfield delivers for Ezell Harding. Grayson hits behind the runner. That's going to plate the run. That's a great piece of hitting by Grayson. Get the 4-3 put out, but it is an RBI sacrifice for Grayson Wells. That'll register as a sack, scoring the run and advancing Hudson Goldner to third base for Brock Haywood, who steps in. Brock struck out swinging in the second inning. Brock's batting 220 on the season before coming into the game. Springfield delivers that. He hits it right back up the middle again. See if we can get there. Oh, it bounced off of second base. Bounced off of second base. It was a great play by the shortstop to field it barehanded. Almost recovered in time to throw Brock out at first, but another infield hit for Brock, and that's going to score the second run of the inning. Hudson Goldner scoots in from third base. Another good piece of hitting right back where it came from Brock Haywood. He's going to be at first base with two outs. And Ryan DeMumbrian stepping into the box. Ryan grounded into a 6-3 put out for the third out of the second inning. Brock takes his lead. Pitcher checks. Brock steals. Ryan swings. Really just as a distraction piece for the catcher. Something you see sometimes, just taking a cut at it with two outs. It doesn't matter because the runner's going to advance if the ball's made contact anyway. And Ryan offers that just to, and actually, maybe it worked, maybe it didn't, but the catcher did not catch the ball cleanly, and Brock got to second base easily on the steal. Don't know how many steals Brock has on the year, but does a good job of base running. Good quickness. That pitch on the edge for strike number one. Strike number two, because Ryan swung at the first one. So Ryan down 0-2, two outs. Brock Haywood on second base, and the Eagles now leading 2-1 after a couple of nice ABs from Grayson Wells and Brock Haywood. And that pitch is right down the middle. And Ryan looked like he got fooled by that one. Not sure if he was looking for something off speed, but that was a fastball right down the heart. And Ryan is the backwards K to end the inning. But a lot of Ks that he's forced from Ezell Harding, and I think he might stride back out to the mound again and see if he can pitch here in the fifth. It'd be good to get a long outing from Ryan. Not sure what the strategy from Coach Rayburn is going to be. But the Eagles ahead now, 2-1. Coming into the top of the fifth, kind of going to be the fifth inning stretch because we only play 7 innings. But what you'd like to see, we had a little bit of a rough start in the top of the first, giving up a run. Then Ryan settled in. He's recorded 3 really good innings since then, and the team did a good job of getting on base in various manners. And then Grayson Wells hit a ball to the right side of the infield, which scored JT. And then Brock hit one right back up the middle that bounced literally off of second base. Scored Hudson Goldner. And now the Eagles find themselves ahead here on senior night, 2-1 against Ezell Harding. I think I was correct. I'm not sure. Jackson's staying in the dugout. I'm not sure if it's as a result of he's kind of rubbing on his shoulder a little bit. I know that was part of the thing with his recovery from the accident, and it may be that's giving him a little trouble right now. So he's in the dugout. Not sure if the injury's keeping there. If throwing the helmet, I know, is a no-no. So I'm not sure if that was a consequence of the frustration boiling over. But at any rate, Grayson Wells moves over to shortstop, and Elijah Oliver comes into the game for Nashville Christian at second base. Stepping in here now on the top of the fifth is Ezell Harding's number 2, Braden McGuire. McGuire grounded out to the third base. It was either a ground ball or a bunt, one of the ones that Clay charged and made a good play on that pitch off the plate. Clay is in on the grass again as McGuire steps in. Count even at 1-1. 50 pitches now thrown by Ryan DeMumry, and the 51st pitch is a strike. So strike 2 to McGuire, and now Ryan is ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out here. Top 5. And that one inside. Glad he hopped back instead of could have dipped his knee in there and probably taken it off the thigh, but he didn't. So they count even now at 2-2 as that ball gets past JT to the backstop, and Trip Waller hustles in before he calls the next pitch and recovers the ball for the umpire. Bryce Collier coaches first base. Coach Rayburn, head coach, is in the third base coaching box, and then Trip calling the pitches. Trip was a good pitcher here for us at Nashville Christian right up until a couple of years ago. He attends Lipscomb University now. Comes over here every day to lend his expertise and his experience to these guys. Giving back. Like to see that. That ball off the handle. Grayson charges, throws. Oh, I thought he had it. I thought he got him. Umpire calls it safe at first base. A great play by Grayson, charging that all the way in, throwing it on the run. Great stretch by Colin. Just, man, inches away from registering the out, but instead it's going to be an infield single for Braden McGuire, and that's going to put a little pressure on us here in the top of the fifth. As we lead 2-1, there's no outs and a runner on first, and that's going to bring the 9-hitter Abraham Wilson in, who struck out swinging back in the second inning. Ryan ahead 0-1. That one fouled off towards the home dugout. Sent Coach Waller sprawling down the third baseline to get away from it. 0-1 delivery from DeMumry. Fastball low, blocked up, no advance. JT does a great job behind the dish right there, smothering that ball. Looked like about a 57-foot, 6-inch fastball. Now Ryan even at 1-1, delivers another fastball. That ball's fouled away. The runner was attempting to steal McGuire, but the foul ball will take him back to first base, and Ryan will reload. Ahead now in the count 1-2. Fastball swung on and hit out to right field. Brock is there, catches it cleanly, throws it back to first for the double play. Good job by Colin Sawyer coming off the bag to catch it. It's one of those things where Brock had so much time, but he was so close to first. He's not used to making a short throw. He's used to throwing it all the way in from right field. But great job using that quickness, charging the pop up to catch for the first out, and then throw it back to first base to catch Braden McGuire off too far for the second out, and that's going to bring up the top of the lineup, KJ Hillhouse. With 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th. Ryan's first pitch, I think that would have hit, that might have gone behind KJ Hillhouse if he hadn't swung at it, but he swung, again, especially for high school guys, you just kind of react. When that ball's coming at you, you just want to swat it away to protect yourself, and that time he drilled it off the face of the home dugout. Ryan ahead 0-1. Again, always in the stride, Ryan DeMumbrian. Pitches out, up and away, trying to get the batter to chase. He does not, so the count even at 1-1. 1-1 delivery is a curveball, swung on, popped high in the air. Going to get out, going to stay in play. And some miscommunication there between JT and Ryan. Looked like he was going to go out of play. The ball always tails back towards the infield. On all balls hit out of bounds, popped up, I should say, out of bounds. It's going to tail back towards the field of play. And that time, just the location of the ball, the on-deck batter, the pitcher, and the catcher all kind of triangulating on that and unable to make the play. So 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hillhouse, an extra little piece of life, and that pitch, a fastball down and away for ball 2. So the count evens up. Two-two delivery, 2-2, 2 outs. A 2-1 lead for Nashville Christian. That curveball hung just a little bit, and Hillhouse pulled it down the third base line. So no harm, no foul as the count remains 2-2. Hillhouse reached on a walk in the first inning and struck out looking in the third. Takes that pitch and brings the count full. 3-2, 2 outs, no runners on. Ryan's pitched 61 pitches now today. Still a good tally being in the 5th inning. That's a pretty good count. JT sets up for the, looked like he wanted that one down, and it wound up kind of getting away from Ryan and getting up high in the zone. So Hillhouse dodges the pitch, gets the walk. And the tying run now at first with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. See if we can't get a ground ball here somewhere in the infield. Get the easy out, either second or first. It's going to be Beloit stepping in. He did hit a single to left in the first and then struck out in the third. Struck out swinging in the third. That pitch down and away. Not sure if they're going to try to get Hillhouse to steal. I don't think it was a pitch out the way JT was set up, but it was off the plate. Beloit hitting in the 2 spot did register the only, well, one of the 2 hits on the day. McGuire got a hit in the earlier in this inning, but until then, Beloit was the only hit. That ball pulled into shallow right field, charged by Brock Haywood, and that's going to advance the runner second base. And now the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at first. So 2 hits on the day, 2 for 3 for Owen Beloit on a good day. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. So we got to buckle down right here and force the issue. Now we do have force outs on all of the infield bases. That pitch gets behind the batter and is going to get away from JT. And now we don't have any force outs as the runners advance. So now the tying run only 90 feet away. The go-ahead run 180 feet, if you do a little simple math. And the batter, Jason White, who walked in the first, struck out swinging in the third, looking to do a little damage here in the top of the fifth. DeMumbrian behind 1-0. He's pitched a good game so far and just needs to kind of get back to command right here. All the pitches have kind of gotten away up and in. That one also up and in, but swung on and missed by White. Count 1-1. First base is open. Don't want to give anything down the any meat right down the middle of the plate because that could produce a go-ahead opportunity. That pitch, fastball, as I say that, it went right down the middle of the plate and he didn't offer at it. So any kind of contact in the outfield will give the Ezell Harding Eagles the lead. But now ahead 1-2, ball up and away. Evens the count at 2-2. Still kind of have in my opinion, a throwaway pitch. I'd like to see that curveball out of the zone. See if he'll chase it. There it is, strike three. Great job by JT framing that up, but I think it caught the black anyway for a backwards K to end the top half of the fifth. Stranding runners on second and third. Boy, that's a good piece of pitching right there to come back and register that third out as we move to what would be considered in high school the fifth inning stretch. And the Eagles with a 2-1 lead now are going to come to the plate in the bottom of the fifth, and it's going to be Klotz, Shoemaker, and Drulo. See if we can't extend this lead a little bit. I'm going to go get a hot dog, and then I'll be back with you here in the bottom of the fifth from Nashville Christian on Senior Night 2024. All right, back for the bottom of the fifth. Clay Klotz swing and tips it off the catcher's mask and comes back up here at the booth for strike one. Clay today, earlier, reached on an error back in the, I believe that would have been the third inning. The 0-1 pitch. Jagger Springfield still in the game for Ezell Harding. That curveball, Clay fights it off. See if it'll drop in. No, that's a great play. That was Elijah Donald. Elisha Donald. Whatever his first name is, he's a good shortstop. Made a bunch of good plays today and had a diving effort right there, almost on the, well, it was on the first base side of second base in the grass, short grass, the infield grass, to rob Clay Klotz of what would have been an infield bloop single. Logan Shoemaker steps into the play into a 6-4-3 double play back in the third. That pitch up and away, kind of almost behind the head of Shoemaker. If you remember the last time Shoemaker was up, he squared the bunt and took a ball off the top of the helmet. Just a glancing blow, so no damage done. But what happened was he wasn't able to get the bat back around after squaring the bunt. It was called a strike rather than a hit by pitch. So hopefully a similar fate doesn't away. That pitch down the middle for strike one, so the count even at 1-1 with one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Springfield has thrown 355 pitches, so similar to Ryan. Good pitch count here in the fifth inning. That pitch fastball for strike number two. Shoemaker looking to get something going here. Bottom of the fifth for the Eagles, who lead 2-1, and that's going to be a strike called. So Logan strikes out looking there for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the top of the lineup again for the Eagles. Javin Drulo. Javin reached on a hit the first inning, struck out back in the third, I believe it was. So 1 for 2 today, and looks to stay on the good side of 500 right here as he faces Springfield for the third time. That pitch low and away for ball one. Two outs, bases empty. Top of the lineup for the Eagles here in the fifth. Leading Ezell Harding 2-1. That pitch ball two, or excuse me, called strike. Little spinner there, looked like it might have just drifted right back into the zone, maybe, at least in the umpire's opinion. And now the 1-1 pitch. Whoa. That ball in the very top corner, outside corner of the strike zone. Javin took it, not a pitch he wanted to swing at, and I understand. But down now 1-2, needs to protect the zone. There's a swing and a miss, strike three. Wait, what happened? Oh, it's 2-2. He did call it a ball. Okay, I was wondering why the other one was called strike. It's 2-2 as the count. The 1-2 pitch from Springfield hit, slapped back up the middle by Drulo. Good piece of hitting right there. Just throw the barrel at it. When you're behind in the count, protect the zone. That's what he did. And drove it into center field for a single. So 2 for 3 now today for Javin Drulo. As he stands on first base with 2 outs, and now in for Jackson Maduri in the field, and now in for Jackson Maduri in the box is Elijah Oliver. Elijah batting .231 on the season. Looks to keep the inning going for the Eagles here in the bottom of the fifth as we lead 2-1. And Drulo, good speed on the bags. See if we get a steal attempt right here. There he goes. That throw is off the pitcher's glove. I don't think it had him either way. Javin got a good jump, has good speed. Move the runner into scoring position now for Elijah. See if Elijah can get a little ribby to extend the lead. The 62nd pitch thrown by Springfield, so maybe a little fatigue setting in. If he can get something in the heart of the plate right here and throw his hands at it, get the ball out in the outfield grass, Javin will definitely score from second base on anything through the infield. Pitch low and away, ball 2. Now ahead in the count, 2-1. Javin dancing around there in second base, trying to distract the pitcher. That pitch down the middle, going to be a 2-2 count now to Elijah Oliver. Oh. Pitch called a ball. We'll take that. Catcher dropped it, so that didn't help his effort. And now a full count, 3-2. 2 outs. See what we get right here. from Jagger Springfield. Ezell Harding's pitcher for the entirety of this contest. Time called by Elijah. Elijah bear down right here and just put the bat on it, or ball forward to get him to first base as well. JT Robbins in the on-deck circle. That pitch is wide. Javin trying to steal third base and does. A little bit of strategy right there from Coach Rayburn, getting Javin on his second stolen base of the inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He didn't have to go. He wasn't forced, or didn't have the 3-2 runner behind him to push, but took advantage of the opportunity to get to third base. And Elijah draws the walk to put runners on the corners for JT Robbins, who had a hit in the first inning, had a walk, I believe. No, and reached on an error. That's right. An error on the shortstop back in the 4th inning. And now looks to extend our lead here with Javin Drulo on third base, Elijah Oliver on first base. So runners on the corners, 2 outs for JT. JT, again, coming into this game hitting .479. So a good piece of hitting by that senior, and he fights that one off into the netting. JT's played a lot of baseball through the years, a lot of summer ball, and you can tell. Well-rounded player. That ball is a curve ball out of the zone. JT did not chase, so good job right there on the take, and it evens the count at 1-1. 2 outs, runners on the corners. The Eagles ahead 2-1, took the lead in the last inning. Some timely hitting, some good base running, and now an opportunity perhaps to extend that lead. JT swings and just missed the center of the barrel on that one, and it fouls it off. And now trailing 1-2. So again, just going to protect the zone right here. Get some good contact, see if we can't get another run. No, he did not. Curveball right there. JT thought about it, was able to check his swing. And now the count even. 2-2, 2 outs, ahead 2-1, 2 runners on in the bottom of the 5th. The homestanding Eagles ahead of the visiting Eagles from Ezell Harding. He went that time. Another curveball up. JT couldn't hold back on that one. Tried to check his swing, could not. And strikes out swinging to end the inning. So stranding 2 runners. We've done that a couple times today. But fortunately, we've got 2 across. And we're going to go into the 6th with the Eagles leading 2-1 here on senior night. Ryan DeMurray going to come back to the mound, doing a great job pitching this evening. See if he can't close this one out. 6 outs away from the win. See what we got right here. So I'll be back here in just a minute. I'm going to take a couple of bites of my hot dog and some chips. And I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Top of the sixth. Excuse me. Here at Nashville Christian, and the Eagles of Nashville Christian leading on senior night 2-1 over Ezell Harding. Ryan Montgomery's first pitch in the top of the sixth is fouled off for strike one. Ryan's gone the whole way for us here and pitched really well along the way. And that one also well placed and swung on a miss for strike two. And at the plate for Ezell here to start the sixth inning is Will Frazier, who popped out in the first inning to the first baseman and then flat out to center field. Javin Drew, I remember, made a nice running catch back into his left to prevent what would have surely been an extra base hit. That would have been in the fourth inning. And so now Frazier down 0-2. Curveball, that's a good curveball, Ryan. That was really good. He's thrown that pitch well a few times tonight. That one started out sort of on the inner half and drew the eyes of the batter. And then by the time he swings, it's almost down and away in the zone. So 0-2 still. There's a fastball. Whoa. There's a fastball that must have just barely missed down low. Still way ahead at 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Ryan. Another fastball fouled off to the right side by Frazier. A couple of hits out there from Ezell Harding. A couple of infield plays to be made on ground balls, and we've done a nice job of that. A 2-1 contest right here is a good baseball score. Some good pitching, some good fielding, good opportunities on the bases for both teams, and both teams have managed to strand runners as well. Ryan, that is a good fastball. Swung on and missed by Frazier here in the sixth for the first out. So Ryan's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 strikeouts for Ryan DeMumbrian today. With one out here in the sixth, now it's going to be Jerwin Farmer stepping in. He hit into a 5-3 put out back in the first and then struck out swinging in the fourth. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Pitch inside for ball number 2. So Ryan's got to do a little work here to find the zone. Put the pressure back on Farmer, who despite his small stature stands in confidently in the inside of the box, crowding the plate a little bit. And just as I say that, almost takes one off the elbow. 3 balls, no strikes to Farmer here in the top of the sixth. Farmer squares just a show, just because he was up 3-0. And Ryan obliges with a walk. So a 4-pitch walk to Farmer puts the tying run on first and then brings up Jagger Springfield, who's 0 for 1 today. Strikeout in the first and a base on balls back in the fourth. So now with a little extra instruction from the third base coach from Ezell Harding, JT calls timeout, brings the infield in together, sort of to talk about probably what might be a bunt situation to try to advance the runner to second base, put him in a scoring position with right now just 1 out. If you can bunt him across to second base with 2 outs, at least he's there to score on a ball that gets through the infield. So we've got some conversation now from the Eagles to organize themselves into what I imagine would be defending the bunt situation. Maybe even a bunt steal. Nope. And pitch down. Just out of the zone for ball 1. No square attempt that time from Springfield, so I'm not sure if that's an indication of what's to come. Ryan tries to pick the runner off. Again, gets away from Colin Sawyer. But that fence being close by, no chance the runner's going to hop up and try to take second base on that. Farmer back into first. diving in safely, and that's going to reset the game with 1 ball and no strikes and 1 out. Ryan strides. JT sets up on the outside. That pitch to the inside. Not a bad pitch, but not offered on. Evens the count at 1-1. I think Farmer's going doesn't have much of a lead over there. Only about a step and a half off the bag, really. That's a strike. So now Ryan's ahead in the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Springfield. The pitcher versus pitcher battle right here. Nashville Christian still leading 2-1. Ryan again tries to pick sort of a token attempt to hold the runner on, although I'm not sure Farmer's going anywhere. He's not far enough off the bag to make that kind of effort, I don't think. And that pitch up and in for ball 3. Focus on the batter right here. Don't worry about the runner. Might even get a ground ball, keep the ball down in the zone, see if we can get a ground ball double play to end the inning. That'd be nice. Got a chance with Farmer with a small lead, and Springfield, the pitcher, probably a little weary from all the work he's done. And now Ryan, with a fastball down the middle, climbs back into a 3-2 full count with 1 out. Oh, wow. That pitch was a little low. JT tried to draw it back up, but out of zone. Now runners on first and second with 1 out. So Springfield draws his second walk of the night and 2 walks in a row right here after a strikeout to begin the inning. Has a little bit of a situation developing here for Ryan DeMumbrian, the senior pitcher, on the mound for senior day. So we got a senior pitcher, senior catcher, senior left fielder in the lineup for Nashville Christian. Runners on first and second, the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first for Ezell Harding, and Elijah Donald at the plate, who's 0 for 2 today. Curveball in the dirt. JT blocks it up nicely. That's a good strikeout pitch if you can get up 0-2, put that in the dirt, let JT block it up. But instead, early in the count, taken for ball 1. Second pitch delivered just wide, 2-0, the 85th pitch of the night. Maybe Ryan's getting a little weary as well. I'm not sure. I can't see the bullpen from here. Don't know if we have anybody active for relief right here. Lots of options, I'm sure. Ball 3. So Ryan struggling to find the plate here for the last 2 batters, giving up 2 base on balls, and now on the verge of a third 4-pitch walk this inning. Let's see if we can't focus now. That ball's out of the zone. So ball 4. So I think we're going to get a mound visit from Coach Rayburn. Time is called. The bases are loaded, so we're in a bit of a predicament here. 3 straight walks to load the bases with a 1-run lead. Can still get. I haven't seen Ezell drive the ball. You know, had a couple of bloop hits out to right field. Some infield play opportunities for Nashville Christian. So now I'm sure the conversation as well is ball hitting the infield, what are we going to do? If it's hit sharply, we can get the force out at home. What you don't want to do is be late throwing home, trying to get that out, and then not get any outs and keep the bases loaded. So we'd at least like to get the second out of the inning for sure, and at worst be tied. But if we can get a sharply hit ball in the infield, play it to the plate, we'll probably might play the corners in, play the middle of the infield back at double play depth. But what you don't want to do is play everybody in and give up a single past the infield and then get 2 runs in and give up the lead. So we're going to try to protect at least that. Elijah Oliver coming in and warm up. Elijah does a good job just throwing strikes, keeping it in the zone, force the batter's hand. See if we can get a ground ball, force out, maybe even a double play and get out of the inning. All right, Elijah Oliver has warmed up sufficiently, or at least as long as they'll allow, and steps into a tough situation. We're going to check his ability to perform in the clutch right here. Throws a fastball up and in for ball one. The bases are loaded. There's one out. Stepping into the box is Braden McGuire, who's 1 for 2 tonight. And looking to, oh, and there you go. Get it to the plate. There we go. Got a little dribble, swing and bunt, basically. Elijah's putting this off the great athlete and has played all sports growing up. And that time, Elijah comes off the mound, feels it with his bare hand, throws it to JT. A great play to get us to 2 outs. Now we can just focus on the third out of the inning. Again, Elijah just fill up the zone, forced the 9-hitter right here to swing. He's 0 for 2 today. Base is still loaded, though. Elijah's first delivery is high for ball one. Elijah, the younger brother of Skylar Oliver, also an athlete here at Nashville Christian School. Might be in attendance today, I'm not sure. Second pitch behind the batter. Got lucky there that he didn't just wear that one and plate the tie and run. But at any rate, it's 2 balls, no strikes to Abraham Wilson, the 9-hitter for Ezell Harding. Bases loaded. Infield playing at normal depth. Just need the out. Got to force out at any base. That's straight up in the air. Clay Klotz calls it off and makes the catch. Good play right there. Again, the ball's always going to drift back towards center field. Clay knew that and made the play for the third out. Man, we got out of that jam nicely. So Ezell Harding leaves 3 on base, strands 3, and they were there with 1 out. Ryan Montgomery pitched a really good game. Pitched well into the 6th inning, 70-something pitches. Just kind of wore out, had trouble finding the zone after recording the first out of the inning with a strikeout, walked 2 straight batters, actually walked 3 straight batters, walked the bases loaded. And then Elijah Oliver, sophomore, comes in after entering the game at second base an inning or so ago. Throws a few warm-up pitches, generates 2 quick outs to get us out of the jam, and now we're going to go into the bottom of the 6th. Leading 2-1, we're only 3 outs away from securing this, but would like to get a little bit of a insurance policy here. Another run or 4 would be nice right here. Entering the lineup, or excuse me, entering the batter's box in the lineup, where we are in the lineup, so what I'm trying to say is Hudson Goldner, Grayson Wells, Brock Haywood. So the 4, 5, 6 hitters, the heart of the order, so to speak, coming in. Jagger Springfield remains on the mound as well, just like Ryan did into the 6th inning. We'll see if we can't get him as well to show us fatigue and maybe load the bases for us. I want to say real quick, congratulations tonight to the Eagles, Nashville Christian Eagles track team as the 4x800 meter relay team. That's Walter Reisinger, Sawyer Binkley, Carson Upchurch, and Josh Hollis placed 3rd in the city meet 4x800 meter relay. That's a man's race right there. Running 800 meters as fast as you can run it. That's 2 laps without slowing down. And finishing 3rd in the city meet, that's big. That's all divisions all over the city. A lot of entries into that. And those guys showing their prowess in the 4x8. Congratulations to them. Hudson Goldner steps in here in the bottom of the 6th and takes the first pitch ball. Hudson on the day got hit by a pitch and then lined out to the shortstop. On the season, Hudson hitting 262 with a 483 on base percentage. So takes 2 balls right there straight away from Springfield, and then might find himself on base again to raise that on base percentage. But I know Hudson wants to get a good, strong hit right here to start the 6th inning. Take strike 1. That's not the one to swing at. That was on the outside edge. Not a pitch you can drive very well. There's sort of a half-hearted swing, and I think that one fooled him a little bit. Still very much in it at 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the sixth, the Eagles leading 2-1. That pitch is way away, so now count is full. Like I was saying with Ryan, you could just kind of see the fatigue sort of setting in that last half. Maybe the same might be true for Jagger Springfield from Ezell Harding. Full count delivery off the plate is going to be ball four. Good job by Hudson taking that one. And so there you go. As prescribed, on base percentage is increased. Hudson Goulner on first base. Grayson Wells ready to step in. Grayson is 1 for 2, does have a sacrifice RBI back in the fifth. So looking to add to that average today. Hudson, pickoff move, steps back onto the bag. If you're not diving back in, you're not in a big enough lead. That's what they used to tell me. So maybe Hudson will extend that just a little bit. Jagger really checking him out, kind of worried about it. There he goes again with a pickoff. There's a little token dive back in. That's a better look. Grayson's made good contact today. I'd like to see him do that again, get something out there in the outfield grass and advance the runner into scoring position with no outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Springfield strides and throws that hit Grayson. And once again, hit the knob of the bat, apparently. So it's going to be a foul ball, strike one. That is unfortunate. No damage done. We're going to get back in the box and take another hack at it. Hudson takes his lead off first. Springfield very concerned with Goulner on first base. We've had several, well, not several, we've had 2 or 3 base stealing attempts. JT got one, got caught on one when Hudson lined to the shortstop. Drulow's got one. Grayson swings, ball comes off the bat, hits Grayson and lazily drifts towards the pitcher. So it's going to be strike 2 on another foul ball, another unfortunate foul ball. Behind in the count 0-2, so now we got to get in protection mode. Hudson's got to be smart over there, got to avoid the double play. Oh, 2 no outs. Might get a steal attempt right here. Not sure how aggressive Coach Rayburn wants to be with this. Ball's probably going to be out of the zone. You would think might be out of the zone at 0-2. And there's another pickoff attempt. Clearly, Springfield's concerned with Hudson stealing as well. Yeah, that one just off the handle back to the pitcher for the first out of the inning. That's an unfortunate at bat for Grayson. Took 2 off one on the wrist, one on the handle, and then that one off the handle back to the pitcher. Going to be the first out of the inning, so it's going to be an F1. They're going to bring up Brock Haywood, who reached on an infield hit earlier in the fourth. He's 1 for 2 today. Down in the count now 0-1 after the first pitch strike from Springfield. Hudson again strides off first base. Swing and foul ball over the press box area by Brock Haywood. Brock's been on base, advanced to second base, unable to get all the way around to score, but has put himself in position today. See if we can't do that again. That pitch is out and away. Looked like a pitch out almost, and whoa, Hudson. Hudson thought about sliding, tried not to slide, tried to put on the brakes, throw out the chute. That was not the most athletic thing I've seen today. Trying to think what was the most athletic thing I've seen today. There's a good piece of hitting behind the runner. Good play by Farmer at second base, who comes up and throws to first for the out. But man, that was a really good play by Farmer at second base, because Brock did a great job hitting that ball behind the runner. There was an open gap there. He sat back on that fastball, tried to drive it into right field, and it would have plated the run, except for the diving stop from Farmer to register the 4-3 putout for the second out of this inning. But it did advance Hudson to third base after his steal attempt was successful, and now Ryan DeMumbrian stepping in, see if we can't get Hudson across with that insurance we were talking about earlier. First pitch swung on a miss by Ryan. Ryan is 0 for 3 today. Excuse me, 0 for 2 today. That one sliced out of play. Now down 0-2 with 2 strikes. Hudson Golden on third base. Would like to get him across right here. 2-1 lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Ryan. Swung on a miss for strike 3. A little bit of a curveball. Maybe, I'm not sure it was a curveball as much as it was maybe a slider. Ryan swinging a miss for his second strikeout of the day. And we're going to go to the top of the 7th. We're 3 outs away from closing this one out on senior night. Nashville Christian leading Ezell Harding 2-1. Ezell's going to bring up the top of the lineup. So a little bit of pressure there. KJ Hillhouse has walked twice today, struck out once. Beloit in the second hole is 2 for 3. So those guys have been on base a bit. And then Jason White's 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. So Elijah Oliver has his work cut out for him, but does have the lead 2-1, has a solid defense behind him. We'll see if we can't force the issue with the Ezell Harding batters. What you don't want to give them is free bags and hope. So we'll take a little break. Be back here in just a minute with the top of the 7th. See if we can't close this out here on senior night. All right, here we go. This is the all-important last 3 outs of the game with the lead. Just make plays, make pitches, and make plays. Elijah Oliver's delivers first pitch curveball. That one blooped into center field. Javin Drulo saunters in towards second base and makes the easy out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. That's the way you want to start that from Elijah Oliver. So there's an F8 for the first out of the inning. Shout out to Coach Mike McPherson, who's listening to us down in Birmingham, Alabama. Don't know why you'd spend time in Alabama voluntarily, but he's there. Missing him up here in the booth. This is his job. I'm just filling in. It's a little warmer in here than it was outside, says Mrs. Connie Jo Shelton, who's sitting here next to me, refusing to get on the microphone, but happy for the company. Ground ball to shortstop. Grayson charges, throws. Good stride by Colin Sawyer. Good second out of the inning. So this is how you want to play with the lead on senior night. Man, I'm really impressed with our pitching tonight. Both Ryan DeMumbrian and Elijah Oliver doing a great job just staying around the zone, inducing some ground balls, some easy, lazy fly balls in the outfield. That's a 6-3 put out for the second out of the 7th inning. First pitch is good, but not called a strike. 2 outs. Nobody on a 2-1 lead. Just see if we can't hold on right here and finish this off. Good pitch right there by Elijah. I think there was I'd like to check and see. No, they're going to say no. I don't think he was watching. 2 balls, no strikes. This is going to be Jason White at the plate, who's 0 for 2 tonight. 2 strikeouts. Did draw a base on balls in the first inning, but the last 2 times at bat has struck out for the third out. I'd like to see that hold true. There's just as I say that, he rips one over Brock's head to the outfield wall. That's going to be extra bases. Brock feels it clean, comes up throwing. No chance to get to play at second, but runners at second base with 2 outs, so I'll quit talking about it. As soon as I say I'd like to see him strike out, he hits one off or over the head of our right fielder. To be to right field, and the tying run is 180 feet away from the plate. So 2 outs. No sweat right here. Going to keep the infield at normal depth. They are going to put a pinch runner in. This is the same kid that pinch ran for the pitcher a while ago. But now, that's not the pitcher. So now this kid's just entered the game altogether. 33. That's the same guy that ran a while ago. That is Noah Wilson. So 2 outs, runner on second, the tying run on second base, and Will Frazier at the plate. He's 0 for 3 today. Pulls that one deep to left field over the head of Logan Shoemaker to the warning track. And that's going to plate the tying run all the way from second base. Back-to-back doubles from Ezell Harding now ties the game. Oh, that's unfortunate. After 2 outs on about 4 pitches here in the top of the 7th, 2 back-to-back doubles ties the game. And so a mound visit from Coach Mark Rayburn. Don't think we're making any changes. Just got to make sure we get this third out. Sort of a golf swing at that, just kind of. I mean, it's a good hit. Want to give credit where credit's due, but just a sweeping swing at that pitch, and then it just lifted over the head of Logan Shoemaker out in left field. And now Farmer steps in after drawing a walk his last time up. Elijah's first pitch called strike, outside edge on the black right there. So now we're ahead 0-1. See if we can't generate the third out here against Farmer. That pitch in the dirt, good block again by JT. That's pretty consistent. JT behind the plate doing a good job preventing free bases. 2 outs, runner on second base, the go-ahead run on second base in a 2-2 game in the top of the 7th here at Nashville Christian. Elijah Oliver takes his stride, is going to deliver the 1-1 pitch. Great job framing by JT. The umpire set up on the inside of the plate for the left-handed batter. JT's catching that on or just off the black and then framing it right back into the zone, and the umpire likes it. I'd like to see that pitch maybe again. It's hard to hit that one. There you go. He tried it again, swung and fouled off. Still ahead 1-2. We're going to have Clay Klotz, Logan Shoemaker, and Javin Drulo up here in the bottom of the 7th. Depending on the situation, it might be a tie game or might be trying to manufacture something to get back in the game. But Elijah that time just off the plate, 2-2 pitch. I like that spot, though. See if we can't get Farmer to swing it. There's no way he was going to hit that ball if he swung at it. And it was a ball. Some of the home crowd wanted a different call, but I think the umpire got that one right. Curveball. Sliced foul. 2-2. Elijah's hanging in there. Go ahead run at second base. Elijah strides with a 2-2 pitch. 2 outs in a 2-2 game. That one's popped over to Clay Klotz at third base. It throws it across the diamond to Colin, who wasn't paying attention, and the go-ahead run scores. That's unfortunate. Kind of all the way around, unfortunate. Kind of dribbled down to the third baseman, Clay Klotz. Going to have to give that an E5 on the throw. Reached the bag and Because of the errant throw, it plated the runner from second base, and now Ezell Harding leads 3-2 in the top of the seventh. So now Farmer back on first base. Springfield at the plate. He's drawn 2 walks today. First pitch outside for ball 1. Farmer's lead not terribly long off of first base over there, so I'd really just focus on the batter. Looks like Elijah's doing just that. That ball does get past JT, excuse me. And Farmer advances to second base. So the wheels have kind of fallen off here after registering the first 2 outs of the inning that would have sealed the game. We've given up 2 doubles and an error that plated both of those runs. And now we find ourselves behind 3-2. Elijah's offering is swung on and missed for strike number 1. Well, Elijah was looking at second base when he started that motion toward the plate. Checking the runner. Curveball, strike 2. Good pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Ezell has scored twice to take the 3-2 lead over Nashville Christian. Time is called. Man, we need this third out. Somehow, some way. Curveball out of the zone. Don't mind the pitch. But now at 3-2, there's an empty base. Don't want to serve anything up that would give him a chance to drive it into the outfield and score the 4th run for Ezell. Fastball just off. Going to be ball 4. Don't mind that as well. That base open. So now, though, it's going to bring up. That was the 3rd walk of the game for Springfield. I don't know what they're fussing at out there. Elijah Donald's coming up now. He reached on the walk in the last inning. Popped out to the shortstop and had sort of a swinging bunt to the third baseman back in the 1st inning. So 0 for 2, but does have a walk registered on the night. And then the umpire discussion, not sure what they're talking about. Another courtesy runner in for the pitcher for Ezell. So now runners on first and second. Infield's going to play at normal depth. There's 2 outs. And we're down 3-2 here in the 7th. Elijah Donald in the box for Ezell Harding. Popped up. Shallow center field. Javin drifts in, makes the catch. Ooh, off the palm of his glove. So, got some work cut out for us here as we trail 3-2, going into the bottom of the 7th. So it's going to be Klotz, Shoemaker, Drulo for the Eagles as we try to make a little comeback here on senior night. Be back here in just a moment for the bottom half of the 7th as the Eagles trail 3-2. All right, here we go. Bottom of the seventh, down 3-2. Logan Shoemaker steps into the box. Oh, no, excuse me. Clay Klotz steps into the box, takes the first pitch, high ball one. Play on the day has reached on an error and then flied out, or lined out to the shortstop, I think. And that passes by for ball number 2. Third time today that Clay has led off an inning, I think. So we've been 8-9-1 3 times today. See if this group can produce something here in the bottom of the seventh. That one's popped up high into the infield. Farmer calls everybody off at second base and makes the play. So Clay got up under that one too much and registers the first out in the top of the seventh. Now Shoemaker, the senior, steps in. Hit into a double play in the first and struck out looking back in the fifth, I should say. First pitch, ball one. Swung on and missed for a strike. Eagles had the lead in the first, were trailed in the first inning, had the lead after the fourth, and then lost the lead here with 2 outs to go in the seventh inning, seventh and last inning. See if we can't make a little comeback right here. That pitch is about 8 feet wide of the plate. For the first ball, sorry, the first pitch was a strike, so count now 1-2. Eagles have only 2 hits on the day, and that's been the problem. We haven't put a lot of pressure on. We've had some base runners by virtue of the walks and the errors, but haven't put a lot of pressure on the fielders of Ezell Harding with only 2 hits. Now the count even at 2-2 to Shoemaker. Calls time, steps out. Springfield's gone the whole way. Jagger Springfield gone the whole way for Ezell Harding into the 90-plus pitches right now, and the 92nd pitch is swung on and missed by Shoemaker for the second out. So we're down to it. Last out. Top of the lineup, Javin Drulo, who did reach on a single to right field in the fifth inning. So he's 2 for 3 today. See if we can't extend that and get him on base. Swing and a miss right there on a little bit of a cut fastball, it looked like. Slider, maybe. Oh, 0-1 to Drulo. Swing and fouled off. 0-2. If Javin can get on, he's certainly a threat to steal. He's done so already. There's a swing and a ball down to third base. Who fields it, throws. There's going to be a scoop at first. It's not fielded cleanly, and so Drulo he turned into the field. Yep. He did turn towards the center field, which everybody reacted to, but he did not make any move to second base, so that's not, you're not able to tag him for the third out. So Javin's on, so we got what we needed there. That was going to, I will call that an E5 because of the throw. And so Javin's on first. Elijah Oliver, who came into the game for Jackson Maduri after Jackson tried to steal home on a pass ball and appeared to maybe injure himself and hasn't been back in the game since. Elijah went into second base, then came in to pitch, and now finds himself at the plate with a runner on first Takes the first pitch for strike one. Swung on, fouled off, 0-2. Springfield takes his stride. Elijah swings and misses for the third strike and the third out of the day. So unfortunately, Nashville Christian unable to capture the win here on senior night against Ezell Harding. A nice effort, but not able to come away with the win. So anyway, that's going to do it for now. We're gonna recognize our seniors here in just a minute, but I want to thank you for checking out Eagles baseball here in 2024. It looks like we might have another broadcast here coming up next week, so we invite you to join us back here on our channel. And again, just want to say thanks for the guys in the booth that helped the production today, led by Mr. Andrew Atkins. This is Coach Jeff Brothers signing off from Nashville Christian as the Eagles fall to Ezell Harding 3-2 here at home. We'll talk to you soon and see you next week. Take care.
Nate, Nate, he said he doesn't have video from you guys. What? He doesn't have video. The camera. He doesn't have video from the camera. Like right now. Again. I need to get over there, guys. So, cameras on.
Good evening. We would like to thank each senior for their hard work during their time here at Nashville Christian and wish them the best of luck in the future. Our first senior, Ryan DeMumbrian. Ryan is the son of Rob and Alyssa DeMumbrian and has attended NCS since preschool. He has been playing baseball for 10 years, as well as participating in football and basketball. Ryan's favorite baseball memory is pitching in the regional tournament against Grace Christian Academy. He plans to attend Kentucky Wesleyan to play football and will major in accounting. Ryan DeMumbrian. Our next senior, J.T. Robbins. J.T. is the son of Justin and Leslie Robbins and has attended NCS for 8 years. He's been playing baseball for 12 years as well as participating in football. JT's award includes first team all defense in football, defensive player of the year in football, and the National Football Foundation Scholar Athlete Award. His favorite baseball memory was the bus ride back after beating Friendship Christian his sophomore year. JT plans to attend Center College in the fall and will be playing football. JT Robbins. Our next senior, Logan Shoemaker. Logan is the son of Brent and Jocelyn Shoemaker and has attended NCS for 4 years. He's been playing baseball for 6 years as well as participating in wrestling. Logan has received the Senior Athletic Award. His favorite baseball memory was beating Friendship Christian his sophomore year and all of the bus rides back from winning games. Logan plans to go to trade school to study HVAC after graduation. Logan Shoemaker. Let's have one big round of applause for all of our senior baseball players.